Hello, welcome again to a new video for Maria Ballesteros. Today I'm going to be embossing on vellum. I'm going to be using Versamark as the embossing ink, and then I'm going to be using some powders from Ranger. I'm going to be using an orange one. It's not exactly orange, I believe it's Tea Rose from Wendy Becky. It's kind of a pink orange. I don't know, I really like it. It's very pastel, I think. Then I'm going to be using a pink, a green, a blue, and then a yellow. I'm only going to be stamping some flowers using the stamp set from the Alleyway Stamps. And I just want you to know that the one thing I did that my camera didn't catch was I took my anti-static powder tool and I went with it through my vellum paper so that the embossing powder will only stay where the ink is, nowhere else. That's very important. So while you see that, I'm going to explain to you that while I was stamping and taking care of every powder, I had my embossing tool, sorry for my head, I had my embossing tool, my heater on. It was on the whole time. The trick to make sure that the vellum doesn't curl when you emboss it is for the heat tool to be really, really hot. That means that I kept it on and then I cut it out from the video, but every time I embossed in I put in a different embossing powder on the card, I would take it out of the image, I would heat emboss it, I would heat it up and it would stay, and that way, as long as it's warm, the vellum doesn't curl, which is actually what we want. I'm also going to be using, the vellum that I'm using is one that I bought from my local store. I believe you can even find it anywhere you want. It's not the typical vellum, it's not really transparent, it's more translucent. I believe you can see it here. You can see my fingers, but you cannot see them as if it was acetate, which I believe is very important so that it stays. Here I had stamped a couple of more flowers in yellow, but I decided to just heat emboss the one. Here I'm taking a rectangle from the Stitch Rectangle die set from Simon Says Stamp, and I cut out a rectangle. I also embossed it with an embossing folder that it just has tiny dots. I loved how it looks, and I've been wanted to using for a long time, and today seemed to be the day to do those things, so I decided to throw myself in it. Then I'm going to be cutting out from a piece of craft cardstock. From a piece of craft cardstock. I'm going to be I'm adhering the card. I'm using, I did want to say that. I'm using a transparent foam. It gives it a little bit of volume, but it doesn't really, it's not see-through, so if you see it from the sides, you won't be able to see the foam, which I really like. And then I had some words cut out from a die cut that I have from Magnetics that it says adorable. It's also the same word, it's exactly the same in Spanish, so it works perfectly. And I just cut it from the same cardstock, and then I embossed it with clear embossing powder, so it gave it a little bit of a shine. Then I decided to put on some enamel dots. I have a lot of them. I love them. I just never know when to use them. So I think that today they look really nice with a card. It's very simple, but at the same time, I think it looks very nice. The enamel dots, I believe they are from my Mind's Eye. I think they are, and well, I just put a couple of them, always trying to stay in triangles or threes. So I hope you liked the card, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And then I'll see you next Monday. Have a great weekend and enjoy. Bye.